Do you know that we have the ability to pack and store bad stress in our bodies? Where do you store your stress and why? And what stops you from letting go? I will give an example of a client who got rid of her specific stress in one session by finding where she stored it in her body and letting it leave. Before we go into that, I want to give you some stress facts, how I see stress and how I work with it, how that helped me with working with my own toxic stress syndrome and helping clients now. Stress essentially is an energy resource, evolutionary developed. When we need energy, the brain stress response centers are activated, our body is activated to mobilize us for an activity. This is a key word. Once the stress energy is mobilized, it needs to be utilized actively. It needs to go to be channeled into something. You move a house, you get active. You get out of danger. You need to focus this energy on an activity. This is positive stress. Stress needs to be short-term, only because it's an expensive energy solution for our system. We have a demand for energy for something. Our bodies come up with a supply. And after stress, we need to go back to regulation, restoration of all those faculties that we used. Think about the brain, the muscles, the hormones. All of it just needs to chill. The problem here is, and what I see a lot working with my own toxic stress and toxic stress of clients, is that we humans misuse this stress energy a lot. We misunderstand this energy of stress, and most importantly, we become very proficient at trapping this energy inside. That causes us stay in stress for a long time, makes stress chronic and toxic. Toxic stress causes constant inflammation and demands energy from you non-stop. It doesn't let you to go into the recover and restore space. So very soon you start experiencing a deficit or shortage of energy in your system. As a result of this shortage, we don't repair, we can't digest, hence IBS, stomach issues. Our cells become inflamed and go radical. Our bodies can't stand the constant constriction, hence pains, neck stiffness, chronic back pain, and our brains run out of energy to process information, constant demand on information processing because the stress response centers are overloaded with informational data. Hence, we can't focus, can't make decisions, our cognitive functions decline. Now, important to understand, if stress is energy, toxic chronic stress is trapped energy. This energy is stuck in our bodies. This is often the energy of emotions that we didn't process or deal with. Many clients report that their bodies are dense and heavy because of chronic emotional stress they've been under. They experience chronic painful tension, stiffness, constriction, pain, pins and needles. Their internal organs are so stressed and strained. They could say, I feel my liver. They have carried this trapped stress energy for decades. They have hoarded this energy. They have packed it inside their bodies. It's not all gloom and doom. If you're serious about recovering from the effects of chronic emotional stress, you tried methods, techniques, and it didn't work, you might need to go deeper. Not only work on the surface of things, and not only utilize one aspect of you, just the mind, just the body, or emotion. We need to engage deeper with more intention and engage all aspects of you if you're serious to overcome the effects of chronic stress. Your mind, your body, and emotion need to be engaged. When we work with all three aspects of you in tandem, results show up fast. So it often looks like your body needs that nudge. After that, you will need to build momentum for your health to kick in and become a new default. I had a client recently whose stress showed up as heaviness on her shoulders and the back. This heaviness, the weight, was holding her back and weighing her down. If your energy is trapped inside, say you have this weight on your shoulders as a trapped energy, think how much energy do you have left at your disposal to live a life and build a life that you want? How much is left for kids, health, career, relationships, and creativity? Imagine you carry 20 kilograms of physical weight on your body. If it was an actual 20 kilograms of rocks you're carrying on your back, you would do anything to put it down. But what in fact happens when we live in chronic emotional stress, we adapt to it and we don't even notice it. All of our body adapts to living in chronic stress. We dismiss the stress, distract ourselves from it. But your body knows where the weight is because it's training itself to carry it for you day in and day out. If toxic stress is trapped energy, what is the way out? And we might come up with new ways to look at this energy and how you cope and deal and release it. You might need to metabolize those energies trapped within your body. Right now, you're forbidding those energies from metabolizing. How we do that? We forget them, we stop them from releasing and eliminating from our bodies. We might just need to shit them out. You most probably stored those deeper emotions that fuel your stress inside. And the longer you keep toxic stress, the more trapped you will feel. You will feel more trapped within your body. Your trapped energy gets stagnant, tired, and turns toxic. We are essentially fermented in toxic stress. And it is very painful. So what do people normally do to deal with the pain of chronic emotional stress? To deal with pain of toxic stress and trapped emotional energy, people are taught to commonly use self-medication in the form of substances. Another big one is we use thinking and rationalization. It's another big self-medication or numbing tool that many of my clients use before they come to me. They try to explain or rationalize the pain. Look, trying to understand why we feel the way we feel most commonly doesn't work. And here's why. When using thinking, rationalizing, explaining to offload stress or to cope with emotional pain trapped in your system, it's like using a pen to fix a Lamborghini. You're using the wrong tool. Remember, mind, body, emotion is one system. The more chronic stress we hoard in the body, the more trapped energies we adjust to carrying, the more disorganized our thinking becomes. And the more we get stuck in our thinking patterns. We get trapped in thinking loops, overthinking, ruminations, negative thinking. And over the years, living in chronic stress, we just get further trapped. Remember, we're using the wrong tool to recover. So when I work with clients, I get really curious about these thinking patterns. Which is the result or which is the surface of things. And these thinking patterns usually covering up some pain that they're trying to explain. And when we look deeper, what is happening under the surface and what is happening in the body, when we engage the body to communicate with us, to show us where the stress cycles are working, it usually has nothing to do with what you have been explaining to yourself for years. It's like your talking head is so far off the track and it's not actually helping. You're using a pen to fix a broken car. Let me know where you're stuck in the body. Are you using rationalization and thinking to help yourself? Are you using substances to help yourself overcome the effects of chronic emotional stress and pain?